Good morning, YouTube. Just thought I'd show y'all the progress my little garden is making. I actually, excuse me, got up this morning with congested, and I guess it's the weather changes. Dug under either this potato, no, it was this potato here, and actually found some potatoes, so I had to add some soil because it was actually showing. Got onions everywhere if they don't get frozen. According to the weather, we've got a pretty nice little cold front coming through next week that's supposed to get down to like 35. I don't think 35 will hurt them unless it actually gets lower than that, and sometimes it does here. When they say it's going to be 35, it'll be 33. I may cover them up. And got potatoes coming through here that probably will never have a chance to make potatoes before it just gets too cold. And we actually had a mess of turnip greens, and my son said they were delicious. I didn't eat any because I picked what was the biggest leaves and just cooked them for him. He likes that stuff a lot better than I do. And I planted the girls some, if I don't fall over my soaker hoses here, I planted the girls a lot of kale because I know they're going to get as much of it as we do. And planted them some greens. I also planted them some daikon radish and some, you can see a lot of it sprouting here on top. The soil was so hard when I put these seeds out, I actually couldn't dig it because it was so dry. I put water on it for about 3 days, and then I just raked the seeds in. And they've sprouted. They will grow, and the daikon radish will put down some deep roots and loosen up that soil. Plus, I can feed them the radish and the greens to the chickens. Plus, we can have some of them too. And some of this small green stuff here is turnips and mustard. And I'll share that also with the chickens. They're walking the fence now thinking they're going to get something green because when I have to thin some plants, I throw them to them. And some of these do need thinning, as you can see here. Yeah, there's too many there that for them to ever get very big, but I'll thin them when they get a little bit bigger so the chickens actually get more to eat. I put these kale in yesterday out of one of my raised beds. And I had thrown some onion seeds over here in this. I didn't think they'd ever do anything because I just didn't think they would, because I just threw them in here and kind of raked it a little bit. And I noticed yesterday some onion sprouts coming through. So I might actually have a few onions in this bed that I planted. These are the bunching onions. They come up they'll be here every year. You just save a few. Here's some that was in my onion bag that I just stuck out because they multiply like crazy. And I guess I must have thrown a few brassicas in there because I see a few coming up. I don't know what all I've got in here. Whatever it is, we'll enjoy it. And I noticed I'm trying to keep this steady. I've got such a gait when I walk because of my condition. Notice some of my satsumas are trying to turn a little orange. Can't hardly wait till they get ripe. They are so delicious. That is my favorite citrus. And I put another citrus in just a few days ago. A little Valencia orange. Let me see if I can bring y'all up to see if I can draw you in where you can see it. Right there at the end of the berry bushes. It's fade going in and out. Anyway, it had 5 or 6 little Valencia oranges on it, which I took off because The plant's way too little and too young to be making fruit. I want it to grow. I picked all the big leaves off of these turnips here and cooked them. And that leaf right there was small when I left it. Look how fast it's growing. That was only 3 days ago. Turnip greens and mustard greens, they grow fast. These were the same way. I left these tiny little leaves and now they're huge. Well, they're bigger. They're not huge, but they're bigger. They melt away to nothing when they're that tender, young. Boy, I got this bed crowded, don't I? And some of this stuff I've got in here, I don't even know what it is. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I know that right there is probably beets. But I'm not sure about that. It could be purple cabbage. And I'm not sure what this is right here either. I'm going to fertilize it and we'll see when it gets a little bit older. I'll be like these plants here. You know, I can tell what these plants now are. I couldn't when they were really small. Everything's looking very good. I'm going to make this a quick short video. And I got all kinds of onions coming up in this bed with plants that's going to shadow them out because they'll be a lot bigger. That pepper's not growing. It's just not time of year for the pepper. It likes hot weather. Oh, I know this right here's beets. I remember planting them. These right here. My son don't care for them, but I love pickled beets. I didn't used to. I used to hate beets, but I found some called Nellie's Beets. And I bought them because I was making pickled eggs, and you need beet juice in your pickled egg mixture. And I tried the beets, and they were delicious. Of course, I can't eat very many of them because they got a lot of vitamin K in them. And that's why I take warfarin, rat poison, to keep my vitamin K low so I don't have a clot because I'm in AFib all the time. Okay, I'm going to end this here. And I hope y'all have a blessed weekend and just keep praying about the situation in our country and the other countries around the world. We're not the only ones struggling, I tell you. I've seen some things about the Netherlands and all of Europe actually. And I'm concerned for those people. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot. I have friends in the UK. And I just hope everything works out for them. And I understand our natural gas and propane is going to be so expensive this year that I hope we had a good hard winter to kill off a lot of our pests. But I backed up on that. Maybe we won't have such a hard winter because I don't want to use that natural gas no more than we have to. We have a fireplace and a chimney, but it's been closed in with a fireplace was closed in before we bought the house. They just sheetrocked over it. But I got a brother that's in construction, and I'm thinking about asking him what it would take to open that up and check out that fireplace and make sure it works. Because I think it would be easier for us to get wood than it would be to pay for that expensive gas if it's going to be that expensive. All right, I'm going to end this here. God bless. Keep praying. Keep asking the Lord for directions, and He'll give them to you.